Virtuous Devotional Thoughts for Women, written by Monica Diaz, read by Belinda Sainsbury. Good morning, dear friends. Today, October 16th, our devotional is entitled, My Urgency is Not His Urgency. We will put an end to diseases, but we will die from hurrying. Gregorio Marañón. When Donald Carson arrived in Chicago to teach theology at an evangelical university, he noticed there were very strict rules about the exam scheduled. Once a date was set, it was immovable. Exceptions could only be made if a student was ill or one of their immediate family members were seriously ill or died. Everyone knew from the beginning of the school year that there would be no concession for any other reason. In that first class, Carson taught as a professor. There was a couple who decided to travel to California on the date of an exam because a pastor had invited them to preach. They bought the plane tickets without asking permission first, believing that having the tickets in hand would be a way to exert pressure to be allowed to take the exam on another day. But that was not the case. They were denied permission to take the exam any other day, and the couple was very upset over having to give up their trip and lose the money they had spent. For weeks, they spoke badly about the professor and university administration, saying that the school's priority was not ministry. The afternoon after their exam, the couple went out to drink something, and as they were sitting at the table, they heard the news on television. A plane had just crashed at Chicago's O'Hare Airport. All the passengers had died. It was the flight to California on which 2 seats had been reserved for them. That sense of urgency they had felt because of their own interest and their view of what was a priority was now absurd. They then understood that Christian maturity is fully trusting God's timing for life as well as for death. I would be lying if I told you that my sense of urgency in life is based on the right priorities. I know that sometimes it isn't, but I also know that I need to become aware that it's an error I need to correct. That's because if my sense of urgency is where it needs to be placed, my priorities will immediately line up accordingly. I don't want to live wrapped up in my personal interests to the point that I end up granting all the importance in the world to matters that are not important at all, because that selfish urgency will end up killing me within. This is all the more urgent for you to know how late it is. Time is running out. Wake up, for our salvation is nearer now. Romans 13, verse 11.